Napoleon Bonaparte is the Emperor of the French, a French commander and statesman, who laid the foundations of the modern French state. The story of the rise and fall of Napoleon Bonaparte still fascinates people all over the world today. An unknown Corsican, a native of a small island in the Mediterranean Sea, he, thanks to the abilities of a commander and statesman, gained unlimited power over France, and then, over the entire European continent, after which, in just 2 years, he lost all his conquests, and ended his life on the island of St. Helena, lost in the vast expanses of the Atlantic. On the one hand, he is remembered as an enslaver, who shed rivers of blood, and on the other, as a great commander and talented manager, whose legislative initiatives have spread in many countries of the world. Let's listen to his statements and life principles, thanks to which, he was able to achieve the greatest success. I am sometimes a fox, and sometimes a lion. The whole secret of government lies in knowing when to be the one or the other. The people to fear are not those who disagree with you, but those who disagree with you, and are too cowardly to let you know. Imagination rules the world. One must change one's tactics every 10 years, if one wishes to maintain one's superiority. Impossible is a word to be found only in the dictionary of fools. 10 people who speak make more noise than 10,000 who are silent. The first virtue in a soldier is endurance of fatigue. Courage is only the second virtue. Public opinion is the thermometer a monarch should constantly consult. Riches do not consist in the possession of treasures, but in the use made of them. Never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. It requires more courage to suffer than to die. It is the cause, not the death, that makes the martyr. He who fears being conquered is sure of defeat. There is one kind of robber whom the law does not strike at, and who steals what is most precious to men: time. A throne is only a bench covered with velvet. A revolution is an idea which has found its bayonets. It is my wish that my ashes may repose on the banks of the Seine, in the midst of the French people, whom I have loved so well. Victory belongs to the most persevering. I love power. But it is, as an artist, that I love it. I love it, as a musician loves his violin, to draw out its sounds, and chords, and harmonies. A revolution can be neither made nor stopped. The only thing that can be done is for one of several of its children to give it a direction by dint of victories. If they want peace, nations should avoid the pinpricks that precede cannon shots. There are only 2 forces in the world, the sword and the spirit. In the long run, the sword will always be conquered by the spirit. If you want a thing done well, do it yourself. France has more need of me than I have need of France. A true man hates no one. There are only 2 forces that unite men: fear and interest. I made all my generals out of mud. The extent of your consciousness is limited only by your ability to love, and to embrace with your love the space around you, and all it contains. The herd seek out the great, not for their sake, but for their influence, and the great welcome them out of vanity or need. The battlefield is a scene of constant chaos. The winner will be the one who controls that chaos, both his own and the enemy's. Ability is nothing without opportunity. With audacity, one can undertake anything, but not do everything. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. Those endowed with it may perform very good or very bad acts. All depends on the principles which direct them. The best way to keep one's word is not to give it. Soldiers generally win battles, generals get credit for them. 4 hostile newspapers are more to be feared than 1,000 bayonets. I can no longer obey. I have tasted command, and I cannot give it up. Men are moved by 2 levers only, fear and self-interest. To do all that one is able to do is to be a man. To do all that one would like to do is to be a god. The army is the true nobility of our country. Take time to deliberate, but when the time for action has arrived, stop thinking and go in. The truest wisdom is a resolute determination. Men take only their needs into consideration, never their abilities. A man will fight harder for his interests than for his rights. I have only one counsel for you: be master. The best cure for the body is a quiet mind. Men are more easily governed through their vices than through their virtues. One should never forbid what one lacks the power to prevent. There is only one step from the sublime to the ridiculous. Let the path be open to talent. You must not fear death, my lads. Defy him, and you drive him into the enemy's ranks. Glory is fleeting, but obscurity is forever. Power is my mistress. I have worked too hard at her conquest to allow anyone to take her away from me. He who knows how to flatter also knows how to slander. Death is nothing, but to live defeated and inglorious is to die daily. The strong man is the one who is able to intercept at will the communication between the senses and the mind. There is no such thing as accident. It is fate misnamed. Courage is like love. It must have hope for nourishment. You must not fight too often with one enemy, or you will teach him all your art of war.